Australia is about to make global headlines with a bold move, banning social media for kids under 16. But what does this really mean for your family, your favorite platforms, and the future of online interaction? In just a few weeks, a sweeping new law will come into effect, targeting some of the biggest names in tech and reshaping how young people engage with the digital world. Is this the beginning of a global trend, or a well-intentioned overreach that could backfire? Let's break it all down, because whether you live in Sydney, Seattle, or Seoul, this policy could set a precedent that reaches far beyond Australia's shores. The big announcement. Starting December 10, 2024, Australia will enforce what it's calling a world-first social media ban for children under the age of 16. This isn't just another advisory or parental guideline, it's binding legislation with teeth. The law specifically targets platforms whose primary function is social interaction, and the list is extensive. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Threads, X, formerly known as Twitter, and even newer entrants like the live-streaming platform Kick are all included. Notably, Reddit was added to the list only in late 2024 after regulators determined that its community-driven forums and upvoting mechanisms meet the legal definition of social interaction. That means Reddit accounts belonging to users under 16 must be deactivated or blocked from use within Australian jurisdiction. The goal is clear: to create a digital buffer zone around young minds during their most formative years. What's changing? So, what exactly changes on December 10th? For one, tech companies operating in Australia will be legally required to deactivate all existing accounts held by users under 16. They must also prevent new sign-ups from anyone in that age group. And this isn't just a suggestion. Non-compliance could cost platforms up to 50 million Australian dollars in fines, one of the highest penalties of its kind globally. However, not all digital spaces are affected. Platforms like Discord, WhatsApp, Roblox, Lego Play, Google Classroom, and YouTube Kids have been explicitly excluded, as they are classified primarily as communication tools, gaming environments, or educational services, not social media per se. Interestingly, YouTube initially avoided inclusion, but as we'll explore shortly, that changed in mid-2024 after mounting pressure from child safety advocates and new data from the eSafety Commissioner's office. Why this ban? The driving force behind this unprecedented move is a growing consensus among Australian policymakers, mental health professionals, and parents that social media is harming children's development. Australia's eSafety Commissioner, Julie Inman-Grant, has been among the most vocal proponents, arguing that children need protected time to mature emotionally and cognitively before being exposed to the manipulative mechanics of today's platforms. She points to harmful algorithms that amplify extreme content, endless scrolling loops designed to hijack attention, and deceptive interface tricks, like autoplay or infinite feeds, that keep young users hooked far beyond healthy limits. Federal Communications Minister Anika Wells echoed these concerns in parliamentary debates, describing the platform's influence as having chilling control over children's online behavior and self-image. The government's stance isn't about achieving digital purity, as Wells has emphasized. We aren't chasing perfection, we are chasing a meaningful difference. This ban is framed as a preventive measure, a digital timeout, giving adolescents space to build resilience offline before stepping into the curated chaos of online social life. How will it work? But here's where things get complicated. The legislation mandates the ban, but it doesn't prescribe exactly how platforms must verify users' ages. That leaves room for tech companies to devise their own compliance strategies, and the options are fraught with challenges. Potential methods under discussion include facial recognition technology, official ID verification, like linking to a passport or driver's license, or parental approval systems that require a guardian to confirm a child's age during sign-up. All of these raise serious privacy concerns. Facial recognition, for instance, could normalize biometric surveillance among teens. ID verification risks exposing minors' personal data to potential breaches. And parental consent models might be easily circumvented or create new equity gaps. What if your parents aren't tech-savvy, or simply refuse to engage? Digital rights groups like the Electronic Frontiers Australia have warned that without strict safeguards, the cure could be worse than the disease. Yet, with a December 10th deadline looming, companies are under immense pressure to implement something, anything, that satisfies the law, even if it's imperfect. Public reaction and concerns. Public opinion in Australia is surprisingly divided, despite initial polling showing majority support. A recent Newspoll survey found that 68% of Australian adults back the ban in principle, especially parents of tweens and early teens. But dig deeper, and you'll find nuanced resistance. Mental health advocates warn that while the intent is noble, the execution could isolate vulnerable kids who rely on online communities for support, especially LGBTQ+ youth in rural or conservative areas where offline acceptance is scarce. Others fear a whack-a-mole effect. If banned from Instagram or TikTok, will teens simply migrate to less regulated platforms like Telegram, Discord servers, or even anonymous forums where harmful content flourishes unchecked? Critics also argue that the government is sidestepping more sustainable solutions. Instead of an outright ban, they say, Australia should invest heavily in digital literacy education, empower schools to teach critical media skills, and compel platforms to design ethical, age-appropriate interfaces, not just lock kids out entirely. As one child psychologist put it, we don't solve road safety by banning bicycles. We teach kids how to ride. Real-life impact. The consequences are already unfolding in real time. Consider the case of a popular Australian influencer family who recently announced they're relocating to the United Kingdom, specifically so their 14-year-old daughter can continue creating content on YouTube. This move highlights a growing tension between digital creativity and policy. Originally, YouTube was exempt from the ban because regulators viewed it primarily as a video platform, not social media. But in July 2024, the government reversed course after data from the Office of the E-Safety Commissioner showed that YouTube was the most frequently cited platform for harmful content among children aged 10 to 15, ranging from self-harm tutorials to algorithmically promoted conspiracy theories. Under the revised rules, kids under 16 can still watch YouTube videos passively, but they are barred from uploading content, commenting, liking, or maintaining a channel. For young creators who've built audiences, communities, or even small businesses online, this is a significant blow. It also raises questions about equity. Will this law disproportionately affect working-class teens who see content creation as a viable career path? Australia's social media ban for under 16s is more than just a national policy, it's a bold social experiment with global implications. Countries like the UK, Canada, and France are watching closely, weighing whether similar measures could work in their own contexts. But the real test lies ahead. Will this law protect children from online harms, or will it drive them into darker, less transparent corners of the internet? Will it spark a renaissance in offline play and face-to-face connection, or deepen digital divides? One thing is certain, this conversation is just beginning. So now I turn it over to you. Should your country follow Australia's lead? Is banning social media the right approach, or are we ignoring more effective, empowering solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, whether you're a parent, a teen, an educator, or just someone who cares about the future of our digital world. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an update on tech, policy, and the evolving landscape of digital life. Until next time, stay curious, and stay connected, responsibly.